Today we'll be exploring the Canadian Rockies, where the air is fresh, the mountains feel endless, and every turn looks like a postcard. So, without further ado, let's begin our adventure. We started the day early, still dark, snowing, and definitely colder than I'd like, but today is the day we hit the road to Banff. Now Banff is about a 4-hour drive from Edmonton, and yeah, it's a bit of a trek, especially in this weather, but this will all be worth it. If you're not familiar, Banff is a small resort town in Alberta, tucked right inside the heart of the Canadian Rockies. It's actually Canada's first national park, known for its stunning mountain views, hot springs, and the iconic turquoise lake, Lake Louise, which is one of the stops we'll be stopping at during this trip. A couple of hours into the drive, the snow started to ease up and the sun began to rise. That's when the mountain slowly came into view. Our first scenic stop, Abraham Lake. We made it to Abraham Lake viewpoint just in time for the sunrise. The sky started to glow and you can see the sun slowly rising over the mountains and casting light over the lake. Oh, and we weren't alone. A few mountain goats were hanging around too. I even tried saying hello to one of them, but clearly they had better things to do. Hello. After soaking it all in, we hopped back in the car and hit the road again. The deeper we got into the Rockies, the more it felt like we were being completely surrounded by these massive snow-covered peaks. We are now approaching Athabasca Glacier, which will be our second scenic stop. We made it to Athabasca Glacier, one of the most accessible glaciers in North America. It's part of the Columbia icefield and has been slowly melting for over a century. The scene here is just unreal. Massive stretches of ice, snow, and mountain peaks all around. And yes, even the outhouse has a view. I mean, when nature calls, this might be one of the most scenic places to answer. After enjoying the glacier, we hit the road yet again. The drive through the Rockies honestly feels endless, but in the best way. Every mountain we pass had its own shape, its own character. Some were jagged and dramatic, others smooth and snow-covered like a giant blanket. Our next scenic stop is Bow Lake. After driving for about an hour or so, we finally made it to Bow Lake. It was just past the afternoon when we arrived, and the lighting was perfect. The lake was mostly frozen, but there were still a few patches that hadn't completely iced over. You could actually see reflections in the water, which made it even more surreal. The mountain view here was something else. Towering, quiet, peaceful, and in all honesty, one of my favorite spots during this trip. After enjoying Bow Lake, we once again hit the road. And yep, more mountains, but honestly I wasn't complaining. Every stretch of the road felt like a new scene out of a movie. The way the light hit the peaks as we got closer to the end of the day just made everything feel more dramatic. We made it to Lake Louise just as the sun was setting. It was definitely one of the busier spots we've been to. Right next to the lake is the Vermont Chateau Lake Louise. This huge iconic hotel that looks like it came straight out of a storybook. Pretty unsurreal to see it sitting right there, surrounded by all this natural beauty. Lake Louise is known for its glacier-fed water that turns a brilliant turquoise in the summer. It's one of the most photographed spots in all of Canada, and it's easy to see why. I even snapped a couple of photos myself. Not long after leaving Lake Louise, we finally made it to Banff, and man, this place was something else. I love how the town feels tucked in the mountains. Everywhere you look, you're surrounded by these massive peaks. Later that night, after checking into the hotel and resting a bit, I went out to explore. I brought along my Sony camera and my Insta360 Go 3S to grab a few shots, and honestly, you could point the camera in any direction and it would look good. Banff lights up at night, literally. The streets were glowing, and it gave the town this really warm, inviting vibe, even though it was freezing. After almost freezing my butt off, I called it a night and headed back to the hotel. Time to rest up. The following morning, I woke up to this. A beautiful mountain view right in front of our hotel in Banff. Not a bad way to start the day. Today, we've started the journey back to Edmonton, but before we can fully head out, we've got a couple more stops to make. Just like yesterday, we passed more stunning mountains, although this time, the skies were a bit moodier with some clouds rolling in. Still beautiful, just in a different way. Our first stop of the day was Two Jack Lake. It's a peaceful spot just outside of Banff, known for its crystal clear waters and perfect mountain reflections. When we got here, one side of the lake was completely frozen over, while the other side hadn't frozen yet. It gave the whole place a kind of quiet, dramatic vibe. Just a few minutes down the road from Two Jack Lake is our final stop, Lake Minnewanka. This lake is one of the largest in Banff National Park, and unlike the others we saw, it wasn't frozen. In the summer, it's a popular spot for boat tours and hiking, but even in the cold, it's stunning to just take it all in. After enjoying the view of Lake Minnewanka, we hopped back in the car and officially started making our way back to Edmonton. It started snowing as we drove, soft, steady flakes that made the whole landscape feel calm and quiet. We passed more mountains on the way back, just like we had on the way in, but now everything had that fresh, snowy look. This road trip honestly reminded me how wild and beautiful Canada is, especially the Rockies. It's one thing to see photos, but it hits differently when you're there, surrounded by it all. Thanks for tagging along on this trip. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like or subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.